2011, my neighbor was beaten and strangled to death in my apartment complex. And to be honest, it was a pretty crazy thing because I used to see this lady. I was very aware of my neighbors. I was very aware of, who was doing what, who I had to look out for. And, me and my brother, we'd see this lady around the neighborhood. We skating around the neighborhood, going to play basketball, or go to meet up with some other friends. We know who to look out for. Just neighbors we would fuck with, and dude, I used to do like ding dong ditching and shit, and all that old shit. But just having fun being a kid, right? Hitting my neighbors' cars with fucking soccer balls and shit. I've dinged all types of cars in my neighborhood. And I've broken a lot of shit. Know how to look out for her, who knew who would be watching. She was a quiet one. She would mind her business. You would see her walking around the neighborhood, and she'd be doing her thing. And one day, I stopped seeing her, and it's not like we were paying attention for this lady. It's just like like when you kind of realize you stopped seeing someone, you're like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't even realize that person was gone. Well, that was the case here. And one day, this was during Christmas time. This all happening during Christmas made the story even crazier because what she did this is insane. So basically, I almost forgot my money. Basically, she broke into my neighbor's house. My neighbor had family, but they were out of town, I believe. And broke into her house. And it was just a single lady. She broke into her house, and she beat my neighbor really bad. Almost to, it was very bad. She beat my neighbor to I don't want to say a fucking pulp, but basically that's what it was. She beat my neighbor to a pulp. And, yeah. And, she strangled her. I don't know why I used all these bags. I was kind of dumb, but forget about it. She beat and strangled my neighbor to death. And she robbed my neighbor. She loaded up her truck, all my neighbor's stuff. She used she grabbed my neighbor's credit cards and I guess went to the stores and started buying a bunch of stuff. And yeah. After she was done beating my neighbor, she stuffed her under the Christmas tree and put presents all over her body. And this is insane. Just hearing that part, reading the description of the story is crazy because this is someone you used to see, and knowing that this happened to them is just fucking wild. And the lady ended up taking the credit cards, robbing the lady of everything she had, and hauling ass to South Carolina. The lady did get caught. Thank God she got busted. And cops, or I guess the FBI, whatever you want to call it, they went all the way to South Carolina from here. Fucking grabbed her up. And they booked her ass in jail. And they ended up giving her like 45 years is what whatchamacallit said. If you go on Google, as I said, I'm gonna drop the name of the, oh shit, where am I at? Wrong place. I'm gonna drop the name of the lady that passed away, and then the where is my crib at? That was right here. No, it's not that one. Yeah, so it's a sad story, man. My neighbor was unfortunately did so dirty by a POS. And so she got 45 years, locked her up, and that story was over with. So it's just one of those things, dude, I have no idea where my house is at. It's just one of those things, man. You gotta be wary about your neighbors, You never know who's your fucking neighbor. that's one crazy story. You know, I had another crazy story of there was a huge drug bust in my neighborhood, and I remember SWAT pulling into my neighborhood, and there was the building to my right. This was I guess a house full of Mexican guys. There was probably like 5 of them living together, and one day me and my brother were outside playing, kicking the ball around and shit, fucking around, and boom, SWAT pulls up, and I remember they just kicked the fucking, we see dudes hop out, they're running up the stairs with fucking AR-15s, and you know, next thing you know, they're walking out a bunch of people in handcuffs, and I assume that's what it was. I assume it was a drug bust. But yeah, my neighborhood. My neighborhood that I thought was like really good at the time. Like there was a lot of shady fucking shit going on in my neighborhood, and it's, you know, as I said, it's one of those things you never know what's going on. Like that's why I always preach, like, you know, be careful who you, like, what you say to people. You never know like what someone's capable of or what they'll fucking do, or like none of that, bro. That person, that lady, my neighbor, she never knew that was gonna happen. And I believe, like, you know, it was an inside thing. Like, she knew of the lady. It's not like it was a complete stranger that just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Like, no, she knew when to do this. It was all calculated, planned, and unfortunately, she did what she did. So, yep, rest in peace to my neighbor, and I hope that piece of shit rots in jail for what she did. You know, she does not deserve to get out.